Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, April 23rd, and got a few things we're going to go through, and then we'll take your questions. But I guess the biggest thing, that was circulating around in the building here, and like I said, we were running up and down the halls. The finance chair was leading the way and leading the cheers and saying this clawback, from the education folks could be, the end of the world, the sky's falling, and really influenced a whole lot of people to really be concerned. And so, and what did I do? I kept telling them, that's just like the boogeyman's coming, and the be afraid of the dark. Now listen, I think we should always be concerned, and we should always mind the store and look after our stuff. But there's no point in running through a movie theater screaming fire and thinking that that's the smart thing to do. We had this covered. We absolutely felt really sure that it was covered, and there was no reason to be doing that. And we did it. And really and truly, there was a lot of folks that listened and everything, and we tried to tell them. We absolutely tried to tell them and everything, but now I can clearly say I'm thrilled to share that the U.S. Department of Education has accepted our waiver request, in regard to the clawback, and meaning that no federal funds need to be returned. So all this money, all this thing, we're going to have to send back $300 million or whatever it may be, all that hoopla was worthless. I mean, that's all there is to it. We've done our job. We have absolutely supported communities and schools. We've supported the salary bumps. We've supported, our school building authority. We've done it last year. We've done it again this year. Absolutely, and we've done it in a way that is very pleasing to the federal government on what we've done in regard to education. We have supported our kids, have we not? At the end of the day, what we've done is absolutely step up in a really significant manner to be able to help our kids. I mean, that's what the federal government recognizes. That's what we know and everything. We've done the right stuff, so forget the clawback now. We've got to stop that just garbage talk, okay, and move forward. Today I'm going to be at 1 o'clock. I'm going to be joining the Kanawha County Commission to absolutely honor and respect in every way our 911 folks that are really taking the calls in a most stressful manner and everything, and doing the great stuff for us every single day. So I'm going to be signing Senate Bill 439, and it's a ceremonial signing and everything that basically, helps those 911 workers and everything to be able to move into a better retirement program and everything for them, and they surely need to be rewarded. The job that they're doing is unbelievable. In many ways, they're saving lives, and it's God's work. So I'm really honored to go, and I'm going to be with the Kanawha County Commission and everything, and do this signing at 1 p.m. Okay, our hunting and fishing days at Stonewall, we're going to do it again. It's going to be Saturday, September the 21st. There'll be all kinds of stuff and challenges and different things that they have, at the event. So put that on your calendar. All of our mural updates, that are happening in the dome in the Capitol right now. We've got 2 up. Come and see. They're beautiful scenes from West Virginia, and Randall Reed Smith is doing, is heading up the project, but it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So it'll be really good. I want you to remember the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs. Juneteenth is on the way. We'll have that celebration and everything. I want to reach out to the vendors, the performers, the artists. I mean, come on now. Come on. We need you. We need you absolutely to sign up, to call, and everything. We need you to step up. I mean, this is an absolutely unbelievably important day. Now, come on. You know, from the standpoint of the vendors, the performers, the artists, and everything that are out there, we got to have you step up and you know, and call and because we want you to be able to perform. We want it to be a big day. Okay, our tourism school. You know, I want to again remind everybody that April 26th is Friday, and that's when the deadline for the applications for freshmen and sophomores and high school kids and everything that absolutely can go and look at, you know, getting hands-on experience and everything, and look at the opportunity to be able to move into a career. And absolutely, you know, the tourism, you know, area is exploding in West Virginia. It just gets better and better and better. Lots of opportunities. Please think about that. This is moms and dads, encourage, you know, your sons and daughters that have an interest in tourism and everything. This is a great time that they can learn some really important stuff. I want to remind everybody about our summer EBT program, where you know you can sign up, and it's not all the money in the world, but maybe it'll help a little bit. You know, folks will get the kids will get a card and everything, and be able to buy up to $120 throughout the summer, maybe for food. It's just, I mean, it just breaks my heart. I mean, to tell you the truth, you know, $120 won't go very far. I wish to goodness that it was $2,000, you know, but our federal government, you know, Department of Agriculture, we thank them for stepping up and doing what they're doing. So you know, please, if you're, you know, if you're having a tough go of it and everything, you can sign up your kids and everything. Be sure to get that done. And that's all I've got other than your questions. So thank you so much.
All right, Governor, thank you. We'll now go to questions from members of the media. First up, Mark Curtis with Nexstar Media.
Good afternoon, Governor and fellow reporters. And I have to do a shout out to the 911 dispatchers. I started my career in broadcasting 47 years ago this month as a 911 dispatcher. And it's exciting about that bill being signed today. I salute them all, especially our good friend Jim Brown. So God bless you all. You do a great job as first responders. Governor, my question is this. Now that this clawback issue is off the table, are we still going to have a special session in May? And what are we going to focus on, particularly the IDD waivers and what needs to be fixed with that? And what else might we see on the call?
We're going to have a special session where we need to concentrate our efforts right off the get-go is to restore the dollars that we pulled out of the budget to DHHR. You know, for the most needy of our people and everything. I don't have a clue in the world we didn't need to do that and everything. And if we don't watch out, you know, we're going to get you know, our really needy folks in a real mess and everything. And what we did right from the get-go was we said, here's what we're going to do. We've got excess dollars. We want to help our folks all across the state, but especially our kids and our seniors. Do we not? I mean, really, come on now. I mean, really, when it really boils right down to it, do we not want to make sure that West Virginians aren't going hungry? You know, we've taken care of every aspect of what we're doing along the way. We knew the numbers. We knew the numbers up and down one side and down the other. You know, and we've taken care of minding the store. That's what we've done from day one. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm a business guy. I've said that. I said that when I walked in the door, and now we've got the money to be able to really assure that our seniors are taken care of, our kids are taken care of in a better way. And you know, the last thing on earth we want to do is do something that are harming the most needy of the most needy. You know, whether it be IDD or on and on and on. I mean, it's so important, and so that's the number one thing on the agenda.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Charles Young with WV News.
Hi, this is Charles Young with WV News. Governor, we all saw your endorsement that came out at the end of last week. I was wondering if you are planning to do any campaign events in support of Moore's run for governor. And I was also wondering if you plan on issuing any other endorsements in statewide races. Thank you.
Charles, I don't really know about any other endorsements from the standpoint of campaign events and whatever like that. I'm surely going to do events in more support and everything because I thought a lot about it. I don't know how to say it other than just this. Moore is a West Virginian, lifelong. He's a dad with 2 wonderful kids. I mean, he absolutely shares my values, does he not? And he believes that what we have put together so far, is working. And this state, we surely to goodness, I mean, whether you step back from it and you think about roads and schools and pay raises and tax cuts, 24 times we have cut taxes. Just think of all the businesses that are coming to West Virginia, and the biggest thing, of the last week was here. West Virginia is sitting over there, ranked 9th in the country in GDP growth. The only state east of the Mississippi River, all the states, the only state that was better than West Virginia is Florida, and we're at 4.7% growth, and they were at 5.0. I mean, we're absolutely almost, ahead of Florida. But all the surrounding states, whether it be, North Carolina or Virginia, you hear about South Dakota, all kinds of states you hear, oh gosh, they're just having incredible successes and growth and everything. But we're better. We're better than every one of them, all the way east of the Mississippi River. Now, with all that being said, we've got to have a governor who's going to take the reins and really and truly continue to perpetuate what's already been done. I mean, do you realize, and Charles, it's absolutely the truth, the prior administration before me went downtown and cut the ribbon at the opening of a Taco Bell. Well, for crying out loud, we're going to cut the ribbon at the opening of Nucor. We're absolutely going to do so many things that are happening in this state that are off the chart. They're off the chart. People are enjoying, an incredible tax cuts and everything, and it just goes on and on and on. You got to have somebody who's going to take the reins, not going to try to reinvent the wheel. We got it going. And the other thing is, Charles, the commercials, and I really respect these folks. I look at them as friends, Patrick Morrissey and Chris Miller, but look at the commercials that are running. Have we gotten to where we have stepped that low? I mean, does that make any sense? It doesn't make a bit of sense to me. I mean, it's absolutely terrible. These commercials that are running on TV right now and beating on one another and saying this terrible stuff. I think we're better than that. And I think, that Moore's displayed a lot of class to me. And I think, if you look at their family, they're thoroughbreds, I call them. You've got Shelley, who's, U.S. Senator, doing a great job. Absolutely, Moore's granddad, Arch Moore, two different times he was governor of this great state. I mean, there's so much, to think about and everything. And sure, I want him to win. That's all there is to it. Now, at the end of the day, if he doesn't, we're gonna wish the incoming governor the very best, and we're gonna try with all in us to help and do anything we possibly can. But I think from the standpoint, I really believe that I'm going to be the next U.S. Senator, and working with Shelley and working with Moore ought to be a real dyno that we can put together and do some great stuff for West Virginia, and that's the bottom line. That's what we want to do.
All right, thank you, Charles. Let's now go to Curtis Johnson with WSAZ.
Hey, happy midday, Governor. Great to talk to you today.
Hey, Kurt.
My questions involve last week's death of a 14-year-old girl in Boone County. I have 3 questions, and I'd appreciate to get answers on each of them, and I'm happy to repeat anything that you need repeated. First, authorities believe the girl was being homeschooled. Right now, the state law requires an academic assessment for homeschool students. But should the state require some sort of adult interaction to check on these homeschool students' well-being? And secondly, your Division of Human Services issued a lengthy statement yesterday on this case. Should we read that statement as confirming CPS had a history in that child's life? And finally, Governor, where do you stand on changing state law to allow CPS to share more information about these tragic incidents? Child welfare agencies in other states share a lot more information, and West Virginia lawmakers believe more information will yield greater accountability and protect more kids. And again, Governor, I'm happy to repeat any of those questions.
Okay, Curtis, I think I got them. I kind of made a couple notes and everything, but, from the standpoint of, was the child being homeschooled, I think the answer has just got to be just one thing. I mean, Curtis, the CPS folks, from what I understand, had no idea about this child, no idea whatsoever. From the standpoint of the CPS, the history of CPS, here's what I would tell. I would tell Curtis, I would tell everybody. The more money we have, the better we'll do. The more workers we'll have, the absolute better we'll do. We have got to understand that we've got to step up in every way and try to do more. This is a tragedy that, it's unthinkable. It's totally unthinkable. But stuff like this happens. And really and truly, we've got a lot of people out there that may have known of this kid or whatever, or this child, and speak up. This really and truly, this is no different than being vigilant, in every way, from the standpoint of, you see somebody that looks suspicious, something that may be possibly going on, speak up. Tell us, about all this. And, and the last things are, without any question, would I be in favor of law changes that would make maybe the information flow more constructive? Sure I would. But from the standpoint of the law, you've got federal laws that are restricting and making it to where all this stuff is so confidential, it's unbelievable. And so, I can't talk to you about that, but absolutely, Curtis, what you're driving to is exactly how I would feel. What you're saying is this woman is charged with murder. What's happened here is hideous beyond belief. My good Lord, it's terrible. It's completely terrible. And you say, well, then, what do we do? And this is exactly what you're saying. What do we do to ensure that this isn't going to happen again? And, and I'd say, Curtis, the first thing we've got to do is we've got to pour more money in this. We've got to have more workers. We've got to have more resources. And we've got to fund our people. That's all there is to it. And the next thing we've got to do is we've got to speak up. We got to absolutely have everybody all the time that's trying to help us, because this is a tragedy beyond, you can't possibly even equate to it anyway, and then as far as the law changes, as far as the information flow, Curtis, I'd tell you just, again, as truthfully as I know, I could say, oh yeah, I could work on it, maybe I can get that done and everything. I mean, Curtis, that's going to have to come from the feds, and the likelihood of getting something done like that is not very high. And so then what do? I think really and truly, you hire more people, you pay more dollars, you absolutely try with all in us to have it in front of the people where the people will speak out and try to help us. And you say a whole lot of big prayers that this never happens again. But it's, stuff like this, does happen, and it's just terrible.
All right, thank you, Curtis. Let's now go to Brad McElhaney with West Virginia Metro News.
Hi, Governor. Hi, everybody. Governor, you're the chief executive and coach of a girls basketball team. Last week, a federal appeals court ruled that a West Virginia middle school athlete who was born as a boy is eligible for girls teams because she hasn't gone through puberty and has been on a regimen of puberty blocking medication. In summary, the appeals court ruled that she's been living life as a girl and therefore can be on the girls' middle school track and cross country teams. Given that ruling, what would you do if a transgender basketball player with similar circumstances tried out for your team? Let the kid play or fight the eligibility in court? Thank you.
Brad, let me just tell you this. To me, it's as straightforward can be. Boys competing with the girls, it puts the girls at a significant disadvantage, and it always will. There's no point in me dancing around this in any way. I think it's wrong. I think the court ruling's wrong. I guess we're going to always abide by laws, but I think the ruling is completely terrible. I think it's so we spent such a long period of time to say to our female athletes that we want you to be able to compete. We want you to have all the fairness and all the rights that the boys have and how they compete, in all the different sports and everything, all the different things Title IX brought to us. Well, why in the world now don't we just say, well, just throw it all out? Throw it all out, because we're absolutely making this into a mockery. I mean, that's all there is to it. Before you know it, you're going to have LeBron James or somebody, with a talent beyond belief say, I want to be a girl and I'm going to play as a girl. And we say, well, okay, that's fine. It's not okay to me. But really and truly, I'm not going to break laws, but my feelings are rock solid. Rock solid. Our girls who've worked so hard to be great athletes and do all the good stuff that they work every day for, we are just ignoring that now and just saying, nope, we're going to let something happen and that doesn't make a bit of sense in the world to me. I don't know how to say it any more clear. I don't agree, and we need to, without any question, we need to protect the opportunities for our girls. Protect the opportunities for them. And so I'll stand rock solid there. Won't ever change. No matter what, I'm not going to change. That's how I feel, Brad.
All right, thank you, Brad. Governor, back to you.
Okay, again, I want you to really try to get everybody enrolled in this summer program in regard to, folks that, can get a card and then there'll be $120 on it to won't amount to much, but it'll help as far as being able to buy food for kids. And, I just want to look real quick, there's no point in rehashing this, but if you know of a situation that's going on, I mean, like this terrible tragedy and everything where this kid, we lost this kid and everything and didn't really know, that that they were there, you know, but speak up and try to help us. You know, there's no point in talking about the clawback and everything, but in regard to the 911 workers that we're going to do the ceremony and the bill signing at 1 o'clock, those folks really work hard, and they've got one stressful life. Can you imagine? Can you imagine taking a call and within seconds you've got to absolutely respond, taking a call of somebody in real trouble, and know if you don't respond the correct way and everything, you may very well lose them, or maybe some family member, you know, that they're in an accident or whatever it may be. I mean, can you imagine the level of stress and how difficult that job really truly is? And so we want to stand up and say, yeah, we can maybe imagine, but we really don't know for sure, but we can imagine how tough it is, and we're going to reward you with trying to do something in a better retirement program. So anyway, it'll be a nice bill signing, and I'm proud to be able to do it. So other than that, just get outside. That's the last thing I'd say. Get outside in this incredible state, you know, and go turkey hunting. I mean, go catch a golden trout and everything that we're involved in Gold Rush, and get outside and go spring turkey hunting. I mean, what a thrill and everything. And I was fortunate enough to get a turkey on Friday, and I'm planning on going again before the season's over. But nevertheless, I went on the opening day on Monday morning for a little while, and I didn't hear anything, and I took my grandson with me and my daughter, and we didn't hear anything. And then I just thought, well, on Friday I just had a few minutes, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go, and I went by myself, and boom, lo and behold, called one right to me. It was gobbling, going crazy and everything, and really fun, really fun. So get out and enjoy this incredible state. Thank you so much.